Hey Bookworms, we are going to do our first Weekly Whimsy of our Arabian Nights. And I have Scheherazade here, the storyteller, the main person. So we're going to do her, paint her here. So I've got my watercolor. I've already traced her out. I will probably do some inking here in a little bit for her. So let me pull those microns out. And then let's get started. So I've taped off the edges. I want to do a background. I'm going to do like a really dark bluish purple, go along with the book. I'm going to do that first. I hope you guys are all excited about this book. Such an interesting collection of fairy tales. So old. It's really neat. Okay. And I've got my tracer right over here by me so I can make sure I'm looking at it the right way. So I want to make sure I got the hair in there the right way. All right. And then down here, actually, I realized just now I'm painting into that shawl of hers a little bit, but I had sort of an idea of how to do this anyway. So I'm going to paint the two corners and then wipe my brush off. I want to sort of blend that up into her. There we go. So she's got like this headdress on. Let me find I moved it. Tracer. All right, so she's got like this headdress on, and I want to just make it where it sort of blends into the background, is what I was thinking. I'm going to add some other color here. I'm going to add some purple. I like that. Okay, so then up here, I'm going to make it, well, maybe I'm not following my lines very well. I'm going to do more of the purple up here. There we go. Okay, so I put some on her hair here. I'm going to try to blend that out a little bit, which I'm going to go back with a dark color, so that should work. Okay, I like that. That looks really cool. I'm going to hit this with my heat gun really quick because I want to take the tape off. That's actually a really good way to get the tape off your paper too without ripping it, is heating it up. Makes it come off much smoother. Okay, so you can see like her headdress is sort of outside of the frame. I think what I want to do though, I'm going to actually just erase it because I really like how crisp the lines were, so I'm going to just take that off. I was thinking about going outside the lines like I do sometimes, but I don't want to do that this time. All right, very cool. Okay. Okay, she's already like super beautiful. All right, and then I'm gonna go in with the really dark brown for her hair. You can see I'm leaving a little bit of white gap so that hopefully we get a little highlight in there. I'm going to come in with much darker like black lines and stuff though to make her hair definitely a little darker. Okay, I like that. And then the side. Okay. And then clean my brush off, and then I want to do a decent amount of purple right here. Put that shadow in the back of her veil there. Maybe. Okay. Okay. And then this is the only thing I don't like about my palette. I feel like it doesn't have a good skin tone. The one my kids have has much better skin tone than mine does. All right, we are gonna go with a little bit of brown. She's Arabian, so she should be pretty tan anyway. So I'm using the color right next to the color I used in her hair, and I'm just using it very lightly. Now I'm gonna go under the cheekbone a little there, give her some contour. It's a little much. My goodness. Pick some of that up. There we go. And then I want a reddish on her cheeks. See if I can do that without being, red is always scary. There we go. My paper is pilling on me. I wonder why. Okay. And then I'm going to give her reddish lips. Okay. Bluish eyelids. And then I want to do a more vibrant blue for her shirt. All right. Okay, so now what we have left is her jewels and her her detail. So the pens and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my ink pen out. I'm gonna use my smallest. Let's see, my one. And okay. All right, so I'm gonna try to follow some of this hairlines from my tracer. So you can see I'm going from the top of the braid part and the bottom and pulling those lines together. So hopefully you can see that as I'm doing that. So we've got these little sections of hair. There we go. I feel like that looks pretty cool, actually. And then I need to do this side a little more. Okay. And we've got some lines coming from this side. And then her veil thing. Okay, so now I'm going to go over here to her face.
nervous.
Kiddos just came in from outside. Trying to come in and chat me up. All right. So, let's see, her lips. Make sure I do a good job of that. Rotate it this way. Huckleberry. My doggy likes to drink water when I'm in here, and only when I'm in here for some reason. He chugs his water. Okay. And his name is Huckleberry, after Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer, because that's one of my kids' favorites. So that's where he got his name. All right. And then necklace. Okay, so now I want to do her detail of her jewelry. I think I'm going to grab my colored pencils, which I have over here. Just because I think I can get a little more detail that way. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I do want to do that because I feel like the colors aren't. Well, let's do some red at the very least. And then let's do this vibrant green. All right, I like that. And then I'll go with this goldenrod color. And then I'm going to do a light blue on whatever these beads are. Okay, I like that pretty well. Oops. Should have checked my pencil before I started blending with it. There we go. Oh, that looks pretty. Cool. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my red again. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. She looks pretty. Let me pull her up. You can see the pink in her cheeks. Some vibrant colors. Very cool. All right, I'm pretty happy with her. So I hope you guys have a good week. I hope you're excited about the new story for the end of the summer. This one's fun because you can sort of do like mini stories at a time. So, I mean, they're all sort of connected in the end, I guess, but this will be a fun one to read. All right, I look forward to seeing your guys's. I love what you finished up with our last book, Treasure Island, and all the fun things we did with that. And I look forward to another great couple months reading a fun book with you guys. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.